Employees arrive at work just in time to leave.
We were evacuated. I was in the IDS tower.
First, I think, it's Minneapolis. The IDS is not nationally known. I really doubted it would be a target, but then that glimmer of, that thought of, oh my gosh, you don't want to, your life is worth more than just second guessing.
Reality sets in. Thousands make a break from the metro. It's the evening rush at 10 a.m.
I don't want to take the risk, so they said we could go home, so I took them up on the offer.
The mood's crazy. I mean, we have people in our offices that are crying and, hoping the best for everybody. We don't know what to do. Everyone just wants to go home and call their families, and it's really emotional.
Those not going home are on the corner, voicing concern.
And I don't want to start crying, so no, it's very sad.
It scares living daylights out of you. It's horrible. Just horrible. I have just really a horrible feeling inside.
Julie Frichelle's daughter's school is right next to the federal building. Julie wasn't taking any chances.
I think it's pretty sad because half of New York lived with smoke, and we watched that on the TV at our school.
Young or old, what's happening to our country today hurts.
It's like depression. It's like the worst feeling. It's like a member of the family has died, really.
Now, some people we spoke with actually refused to go home from their offices today. They wanted to send a message back to those terrorists, letting them know they are not in control. But behind that message, you can bet those people are mourning. Minnesotans we spoke with hope the country pulls together instead of letting it tear us apart.
Thank you. Amelia.
Well, we're going to go to the governor right now, who is holding a press conference. Let's hear what he has to say.
And in our lifetime, it's a time when we need to gather all our strength, brace ourselves for this continuing saga. I want people to understand that it's not over yet. We don't know if it's over yet, and we need to be continually prepared. It's time when we should put aside the less important aspects of our lives and show our complete support for our democracy and our democratic leaders. To President Bush, I pledge support and complete confidence from the state of Minnesota and any support that we can offer. To the people of America who are hurt and have lost loved ones and family, Terry and I offer our most sincere condolences. On behalf of the people of Minnesota, I offer our prayers. And be assured that the United States of America will overcome this day. We've did it before, we will do it again. Thank you. Commissioner Weaver.
Thank you, Governor. First of all, I want to thank the citizens of Minnesota for their efforts in trying to go about business as usual today. This is a difficult, frightening time, but again, we ask that Minnesotans remain calm. There remains absolutely no indication through all our reports today that there's any threat to any facility or people in Minnesota. Minnesota is not in a state of emergency. We have opened the Emergency Operations Center, and we'll keep that operation open for the next 48 hours throughout tonight and throughout tomorrow night to make sure that people have good information fast and that it's accurate. I want to be clear that citizens should continue to use the 911 system for personal emergencies, but to avoid using that system for emergencies related to any kind of terrorist activity. Emergency Operations Center operators will provide general information. That's the 24-hour hotline that's been discussed. That's going to remain open and throughout till 11 o'clock tonight, beginning up again tomorrow at 7 a.m. We did confirm there was a bomb threat this morning made to the Veterans Hospital. Earlier today, we confirmed that also was a hoax. The hospital was evacuated, was swept, was clear, and there was no bomb found. There have been no other threats to Minnesotans' safety. And again, I want to emphasize there's no reason to believe that there's any threat to any site in Minnesota or any Minnesotans. In an attempt to maintain a sense of normalcy today, Governor Ventura ensured that the schools were kept open. That's going to.
That's Charlie Weaver, the Commissioner of Public Safety. The governor said that Americans will overcome this day as they have overcome other days like this in the past. For the first time in history, all planes across the country are grounded. One of the planes that crashed into the World Trade Center was an American Airlines flight. The other is believed to be a United Airlines flight. Northwest Airlines called us early today and said that none of its planes were involved. Nelson Garcia is standing by now at the International Airport where thousands of travelers are stranded. Nelson?
Well, this type of shutdown is unprecedented. It will be the longest shutdown in the history of the Minneapolis-Saint Paul Airport, and I can tell you that security out here is airtight. It's all a part of what the FAA calls Operation Ground Stop, and that means that all flights are on hold till at least 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. There are so many stranded passengers, in fact, that all of the hotels in this area are booked up. Now, most of those people were already on the ground, but for those in the air, that was some of the scariest moments. For more than 1,000 passengers, pilots delivered a chilling in-flight message.
He said they've been instructed to get all planes down, and it sounded, you could tell everyone was very concerned.
I thought it was strange. I thought actually that maybe a space shuttle had an emergency landing, or one of the satellites went down or something like that.
Well, the first thing you think is that they might not be telling you something and there's something wrong with the aircraft.
6 flights in all were diverted here, including 3 Korean airplanes headed for Chicago. The airport is now trying to find accommodations for those 800 passengers. Once on the ground, many people were shocked to see the tragedy.
It's hard to not have tears. I mean, it's just a terrible thing.
I know the first thing I did when I got here was I called home crying.
It was total incredible news. I mean, who'd ever think that such a horrible thing would happen? So of course I was a bit scared at first, but
how did this happen? Where is it going to go? What's next?
Hundreds of outgoing and connecting flights were canceled as well.
My flight has been canceled. My daughter's supposed to leave tomorrow morning for Hawaii, and I don't really want to get back on a plane, and I don't want her getting on a plane tomorrow morning either.
K-9 patrols are sniffing for bombs. The planes have also been searched for explosives.
We've gone to increased emergency alert. Our police officers are on 12-hour shifts, and we'll have an increased visible presence in front of the terminal building, in the main terminal building here.
That's comforting for those hoping to fly out tomorrow.
I think it'll be safe at that time because I feel that the terrorists will probably want to make one day of it.
I'm just glad I'm on the ground, honestly. We're not going to fly back. We're going to find a way on wheels.
The airport held a briefing just a few minutes ago. We now know that actually it was 6 international flights that were diverted here and an unknown number of domestic flights. Now, if you have a ticket on Northwest Airlines booked for travel from today through Friday, you can either change that flight or get a full refund without penalty. If it's booked for Saturday or beyond, however, regular rules apply and you may face a penalty if you want to change it or if you want a refund. Again, flights on all airlines are on hold till at least 11 a.m. tomorrow. If you are trying to fly out, you're advised to contact the airline first to find out if that flight will in fact take place. And if you are headed over here, you're asked to come over 2 hours early because of the tighter security measures. Reporting live at the airport, I'm Nelson Garcia.